Okay, so today I wanted to do a little DIY video on how to wrap your own Christmas gift, and this is going to be using the paper and kind of wrapping up a box. So what you're going to need is first wrapping paper. I really like this wrapping paper because it's double-sided, so if you're wrapping 3 gifts and maybe stacking them up, you can kind of alternate and have different patterns. But another really good wrapping paper to have is the kind where the white side actually has a grid, and that makes it really easy to wrap your gifts. But I just have this kind here. The other things you're going to need are maybe some ribbon to tie around afterwards, some name tags, these are really cute, and there's a bunch of different colors. You can get stuff like this at the dollar store, a pen, scissors to cut the paper, and some tape. So what you're going to do first is grab your box. This style is going to be pretty much only for boxes, and it's super easy. And what you're going to do is grab the box you want, make sure it's taped shut just so you don't have any issues, and you're actually going to put it upside down. So you're going to want to cut your paper so that you know for sure that it will cover your entire box one way. You don't need to cover it like both ways. On the other side, what you're going to want to do is make sure that it comes up at least 3/4 of the way, and then you're going to want to cut down the other side just so it's about the same. So I need about 2 dot rows worth, so I'm going to cut that down on the other side now. So once that's done, you can kind of check it, and it's okay if it's a little bit longer, then you can just be sure that your entire gift is going to be covered. So then what you're going to want to do is fold up one of the longer sides and use just a little bit of tape. Remember, you don't have to waste too much tape because it's just going to get ripped open, but you do want it to be secure. And then you're going to pull the other side and make sure it's kind of tight, and then fold it right over. And then tape that side down as well. Then you're going to go to the edges, and this is why it was important to not have too much excess paper so it's not all hanging over and then you have so much to deal with. What you want to do first is kind of fold over the side, and then you're going to kind of make a triangle right on the edge there and kind of fold it straight. And you're going to want to do the same thing on this side, so all I'm doing is holding it down here and then kind of bring your finger over and just make that kind of a folded edge there. So if you let it go, you should have these little flappies. Then what you're going to want to do is just fold that corner in gently and then fold that down there. And at this point, I like to put a little piece of tape just to hold it in place. So I'm going to make sure everything's taut and put a little piece of tape there. So then you can see you have the start of a nice corner. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, and I'm going to make sure that's tight there, and then just fold that inward and then stripe that down again. Then what you're going to do, now that you have this nice little flap going, we're just going to really just fold that up and tape it. So again, just make sure everything's not bubbling up too much. Fold that up, and then we'll just put a little piece of tape. And then you have a lovely edge of your box, and it's all taped up nice. So you can see the first flap, and then that was the second flap, and it looks beautiful. So really quickly, I'm going to do the other side. And your present is all wrapped. Now what I like to do is grab a little bit of ribbon and I'll put my box over that, and then I'll cut it down so I have a little bit of space. And then I'll tie it on. Just like that. And then to make the ends frilly, just kind of gently rest the scissors on your thumb and then pull the string. Grab a cute name tag. And then you're all set. Your present is all wrapped and you're set to go. Hope you guys enjoyed. Taught me. Oh my God. Okay, so now that I don't have a freaking Amber Alert going off and scaring the shit out of me,